I wasn't going to address this subject anymore, and so I pretty much ended making videos. The subject that I'm referring to is this entire Anton Daniels dilemma that's going on YouTube. And I watch the content of people like Lakeisha, what's this big brother's name? The mic drop, BBQ, who I love his content. I love his spirit. He's got this beautiful spirit on the inside with this big George Foreman type presence. Also, what's his name? Freezy, you know. But as I said before in some of my previous videos about the subject, this is an appeal to Anton Daniels to take responsibility for the mess that him and Cory produced, because this all started with you two guys. And one of my videos about the subject, I had asked you, and I had pretty much told you that you and Cory are going to have to sit down and have another discussion, because you two guys started this fire, and so you both are responsible of putting this fire out by way of peace. The reason why all of this conflict and disorder is spreading among the content creating community is because you guys have started a fire that has gotten out of control. And you sit around and you talk about how much you love your wife and your daughter, and how upset you were and are when someone attacks your family. However, you consistently continue to pour gasoline on that fire. You know, you call yourself exposing Lakeisha. You're going back in her past. You're going back in Freezy's past, and you're threatening to sue the Mic Drop Barbecue Big Bro. I call him Big Bro because I look at him as my big bro. So you're just making matters worse every time you open your mouth and you speak, and you call yourself a Christian before you are a black man. So basically what you're saying, that you are a reflection of Christ first before you are a black man, which is not so. As a matter of fact, it's one of the biggest contradictions that I've ever seen in my life when it comes to people as yourself who claim Christian. And it says in the Bible that God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. However, you consistently stir up confusion and chaos. You attack Mika. Mika pulls away from you. You embarrass Mika. You help destroy her marriage with that video that you put up where you purposely was walking back and forth behind her, brushing your teeth. And I said up under one of those videos, what he's doing right now is destroying her marriage, because he knows that her husband is going to see this. So you are a destroyer of relationships and marriages. And you say that you are God's darkest angel. So you're talking about levels of darkness. You didn't say you were God's dark angel. You didn't say that you were God's darker angel. You said that you are God's darkest angel, which implies You're saying that you're Satan or slash the devil. There is something going on with you, and I think that you need counseling. And a lot of times I wonder, had you had the chance to properly mourn for the death of your father? I mean, it could be a combination of things that is producing this person that you are today, in opposition of the person that you could be for our community. You have to find out what is going on with you that is stirring this content community into a frenzy, because you do it with this wicked laugh. You do it with so much passion, and it's like some of the things that come out of your mouth, you know that these things are going to offend people and stir up drama. This is something that you know even before you say these things, but you decide to say those things anyway. And at the same time, you understand what cause and effect is, and the effect becomes another cause. You don't want people talking about your daughter. However, you constantly attack people after you've already revealed your Achilles heel, which is your daughter. And so now you got this very beautiful and sweet woman, Lakeisha. She's coming out of her sweet character, and she's attacking your daughter because you just will not be quiet. You just will not stop. You're going in her past, trying to mock and humiliate her and make her feel insecure or bad about her past. However, the only thing that you're showing the world is how far she has come since her past. The same thing with Freezy. So even though you are thinking in your own mind that you're hurting these people, you're actually helping these people, and you're putting them in the position to where people are going to want them to produce videos of their past leading up to how great they are this day. My appeal to you is for you and Brother Cory to get together and have another conversation like two intelligent black men and come to a resolve. Put this fire out. This fire needs to be put out, because due to the fact of what you consistently keep doing, now people are pulling your wife into it. Is his wife both ways? Now you're pulling Keisha out of her character, and now Keisha is attacking your daughter. Is it because Keisha is an evil woman? No, she's not at all. She's not at all. I don't know her personally, but from what she puts on her YouTube, I don't really sense Keisha being such an evil woman that she would willingly attack your daughter had it not been for what you did. All of this stems from a fire that you and Cory ignited, and a fire that you and Cory refuse to dissolve. You have to dissolve it. And going around saying that you are God's darkest angel, and yet say that you are a follower and a reflection of Christ, is a disgrace. And you should really think about what can happen to you and your life making statements like that. Because let me tell you something, you have no idea what it's like to become a dark angel. Because I had to take a couple of lives one night when these guys thought they were going to just run up on me, and at the time a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. That wasn't going to happen. So do you think that I wanted to take those 2 lives? No, but I did. And a part of me felt justified. But in spite, if it was justified by way of me protecting my family, it still doesn't imply that what transpired, even though it was necessary, was a good thing. It was unfortunate. It's what they call an unfortunate circumstances. So you have no idea what it's like to be a dark angel. Okay, because the type of dark angels that you are referring to, you don't even try to explain it. And so people will perceive that you're saying that you're the devil. You have no idea what it means to be an evil that is necessary. I'm a necessary evil. I'm the type of person that God can utilize for the sake of goodness, but not for the sake of evil. So I'm an evil that is necessary for goodness. But you promote yourself as God's darkest angel. You're saying that you're saving the people. And I'm very certain that your daughter and your wife are watching this and they're hearing this. And you become so careless that you just throw anything and everything out there without caring about how what you do and what you say is going to affect your family. So if there's anyone who is consistently attacking your family because he is constantly at war with himself, it is you, Anton Daniels. It's not these other people who are simply responding to the confusion and disorder that you're putting out here in this world, where a whole lot of these highly intelligent and gifted people could be focusing on things that actually matter. Because if you ask me, you really don't matter. You don't matter at all. And you owe a lot of people apologies. You owe your daughter, first and foremost. You owe your wife an apology. You owe Mika an apology. You owe Carrie, the one who not too long left, an apology. You owe Lakeisha an apology, because you affect people in such a way to where you manipulate them to the degree that they end up compromising their moral standards, because you have become so morally bankrupt that you fail to see that all of your money and all of your riches have caused you to be morally bankrupt. So you owe a lot of people some apologies. And you also owe my big bro apologies. You know, the barbecue, you owe them an apology. Because the only thing that the mic drop barbecue is responding to is how you're out here treating and trying to hurt and humiliate people. And what do you expect from very good-hearted and highly intelligent people when they see these things? You and Cory stirred up a fire that both of you don't have enough spine to get back together to dissolve it. It's a fire that the both of you created, and this fire has gotten out of control. And I don't care how much more out of control it becomes, it's still going to touch your daughter and your wife, because you are the center of their lives and you just will not be quiet. You're going to continue to try to attack people, because as far as you're concerned, even though you say that you're God's darkest angel, you're actually walking around here as if you are God himself. You have a serious problem and you need some counseling. And I think that all of this stems from you not taking the gifted time and the necessary time to mourn the passing of your father and what unfortunately transpired with him on his job. And considering the reward that you got from your father's unfortunate accident, look at what it has created of you. Have you ever took the time to sit down and ask yourself, if my father saw me as a human being right now, what would he say about me? Would he approve of me? Would he be proud of me? Or would I be a disgrace to him? I offer you to take some time to go inside and find out where all of this rage and this anger and this hurt is coming from, bro. You are in a lot of pain, Anton Daniel. You are in a lot of pain. And you're in constant denial. And that denial doesn't do anything but put you in the position to where all of that pain and anguish is being suppressed, and therefore it's increasing. And sooner or later, it's going to explode. And due to the fact that you are constantly doing so much evil, when you do explode, it's going to affect the people in whom you love the most. So get yourself together. And you and Brother Cory really need to sit down and have a talk and decide to come together to put this fire out that you both have ignited, that is going around harming a lot of people. What you guys did has been pulling a lot of people outside of themselves. And simply because a lot of them are making a lot of money with this doesn't justify that this should continue to transpire. So I offer you and Brother Cory to think about having another conversation to find out what went wrong. Agree to agree and sit there until this whole mess is resolved. You started the fire. It's time for y'all to put the fire out because it's gotten out of control. With that being said, everyone, enjoy the rest of their evening.